broadcast live.
Said I must take my money taller.
Till I see my sun shining, oh yeah. Why did you give up another woman? Tell me when you're going to fall now, oh yeah. I'm feeling money, I'll let about six. All of my niggas, here we go, get the digits. Here we go, get the digits. I'ma put you on, if I put it, I'll be gone. And I'm dead, I'm in the zone, and I'm with it to push up in the zone.
It's hard to start this off, man, because usually I find more and more as I chat to people that the conversations bleed more than just what's up, we're sitting here with Maraza. It's just really just a fluid thing, and we're being stupid right now. But this guy just came right off stage right now. The Maraza experience just happened, and it's been such a journey in that short space of time. But thinking about it, it's also been such a journey following your career. Yeah. And how do you feel right now?
I mean, right now I feel stupid, you know. I feel dumb for all the other days I doubt myself, you know. I feel, damn, shit. Why haven't I been in the studio in 6 months? Why have I been feeling so inadequate, you know? But, I mean, we all have those things. And my career is riddled with those, you know. It's got a lot of peaks. It's got a lot of valleys. But tonight is definitely one of the most major peaks. And I'm feeling revitalized, man. I poured everything out, and fortunately for me, it was all poured back, you know. It's a beautiful thing, and that's really what the Maraza experience is about. It's not just the audience experiencing Maraza, it's also me experiencing them.
Yeah. I mean, obviously this is not the first time you do this, but I mean, this is the first time you do this in such a long time. Yeah. It kind of looks like you just went quagga. It was like you went doo, you know, but
another level. Wow.
I'm actually quite multilingual, but I see
listen, that's depth. That's not Brompan. Wow.
I see collabo, but you know, and a lot of people were like, okay, Gwan, what's next? And I love how you were saying on stage that you gave so much of your time to this game, and they only remember you for 1 year, you know. Yeah. What happened after Gwan?
I think, you know, the more I tried to explain it, the more it weighed me down. I think the natural progression of things happened, you know. Things speed up and slow down, and that's exactly what my career was, you know. Are there any regrets? Fuck yeah, there are. Is it all regrets? No. There's been great things learned from that, and I can safely say right now I'm not going anywhere. I know exactly who I am. I know exactly what it is I'm trying to do and which pocket of the industry I fit in, and I'm less concerned now about the size of that pocket than I was a year ago, or even 2 months ago before I started preparing for the show. So a lot of things happened that shouldn't have. A lot of things didn't happen that should have, but they're all learning experiences, and you know, there'll never be another Kwan again, but there will be something better. There's always something better. I have lots better, and it's just a matter of that getting to them.
You almost gave up, or maybe you did, and we obviously didn't see it. At what point does an artist reach the breaking point where the one thing that they love most in the world is the one thing that's tearing them apart, and how do you get back into it? So you're like, you know, forget this game. But now you're like, you know what, actually I love the game, let me try again. I mean, those extremes of giving up and then finding the strength to get back up again. I mean, how is that for you, and at what points did that happen? You
know what's funny? I feel like the last year, my career, in the last 2 years, my career has actually leaned more and more to becoming that, to becoming those extremes, to being like, this is the guy who gets knocked down so many times and still comes back up. But first and foremost, the better an artist is at their art, the more sensitive they are about it, the more attached they are about it, the more susceptible they are to pain and hurt when things doesn't work out, the less susceptible they are to glory and praise when things do work out, because we can always find something wrong with our craft, you know. So I've been through those things many times. Sometimes the breaking point is a certain time of the year. You wake up on the 24th of December and you think, damn, I have not been booked this entire time. Sometimes that's the breaking point. Sometimes, as is more often for me, the breaking point is every morning when I wake up and I go into the studio, and as soon as I start making music, I think about the business of music, which I don't love as much as the art of music, and that hinders my music making process. And it's something that I've been trying desperately to unlearn, you know. I've been trying to separate my passion with the business in which my passion operates, because as you and I were talking earlier, man, you know, music is emotional, business should not be. And music is a business. It's very important to separate the two. And for artists like myself, I don't think I'm the only one. I struggle to separate the two, but I'm working at it. I'm learning, and it always helps to have a team around you, and platforms like Slikour on Life that somehow never stop supporting me, no matter how silent I become. But I have many breaking points. They happen very often. Some of it can be attributed to my depression. Some of it can be rightfully attributed to things that go on in the game. But I'm getting accustomed to deal with them. They will never end. With each accolade you receive, you reach the next tier of scrutiny, and that always just pokes holes and leaves us vulnerable.
Coming from this experience, you feel rejuvenated. You remember why you fell in love with the game. Do you want to make music again? Are we getting new music from you anytime soon?
Oh my God! First of all, you're gonna get a live album. Everything we did today was recorded, so there's actually going to be a project, the Maraza Experience, live at the SABC 5th of October 2018. That is such a mega milestone for me. I've been dying to have that. I've been dying to have that. An album that is not just comprised of myself, is not just comprised of other great musicians playing instruments, but is also comprised of the most important thing, at least to me, the audience. And that's what's going to come out. So I'm ready to put that out. There's definitely lots more music. I've been making a lot of music. I'm just disappointed because I haven't been making as much music as I am used to making. But I've still been making more music than the average artist. So I have a ton that's waiting out there to get released, and it's going to come out.
What are you doing differently? You know, you've been in the game for about 15 years or so, and you go through phases. Again, the extreme of quitting, coming back in, starting again, doing it again. You learn as you go.
Yeah.
This time around, we almost lost you, you know, in terms of in the music.
I almost lost
Yeah. So when you're coming back into the game now, what are some of the things that you're gonna do different?
What I am doing differently right now is actually the only thing I can do differently. It's the only thing I can control, and that's my reaction to things. I've decided, you know, that you can increase budgets, you can increase time spent on the road, you can increase the time spent in mixing and mastering and whatnot. You can have more tweets coming out, you can have more promos in it. But at the end of the day, if you don't change how you take the reaction from your budget spend, the reaction from your tweets, the reaction from your mix, the reaction from your master, you'll still find yourself in the same pitfalls. And the one thing I'm doing differently right now is increasing my resilience, man. I'm increasing my resilience, and I'm rooting myself more in the music. It's very important for me to not lose sight of the music, because that will never disappoint me. It never has. Anytime I've been disappointed with my career, it's when I was more concerned with my brand than my art. And the thing I'm doing differently is I'm being more concerned with my art than my brand. And here's the great thing. When the art is great, it's only a matter of time for the brand to shine. That's it.
And preserving and losing the man. I love how you speak about, you know, the fact that your brand and your music has always been on the forefront, and while you're running this race, you leave people behind and you leave things behind. Where do you find the balance? Because the more you grow, you start to realize, yo, I've been doing this for a long time, but what have I got to show? And me as a man, me as a family man, me as a businessman, whatever the case may be, you evaluate your life and you're like, okay, I've achieved this much, but this important part is missing. What about the man at this point where you've dealt with depression, you are still going through it and figuring it out, and then you have to start again with your career, and it just looks like, sure, it's a cycle of sorts.
There's more depression.
It's a cycle of sorts. So what about the man now?
The man now understands that it's a cycle that doesn't necessarily end, nor have to. I think it would be very naive for me to ask that I no longer be depressed. This is a huge part of who I am. I might as well ask that I not be burdened with this talent. And I can't do that. I now ask to be better capable to look beyond my depression when it does hit, and see that I have a great support system around me, and see that I have Precious, whom I might see once a year, but is always there for me when I need her. To see that there's Slikour on life, whom I might not even personally tell about my show, but they'll find out and come and post it. To see that I have children who don't care where I'm at on the charts. To see that I have friends who, more than they want VIP tickets to my shows, they just want to be with me in a situation where I'm happy. And I'm really, really just trying to focus on that more. I think that's not only the secret to beating depression, that's also the secret to maintaining your sanity, just navigating life and in any career form, you know. Everyone has lows. Some of us have more lows than others. And some of us get blind to our highs, and that's what we need to do. We need to awaken ourselves to the great times and entrench those memories deeper in our brain, so that when the low times come, you replay them. To drag you back up. And that's really what it is for me, man. I've lost and found the man so many times, but right now I'm sitting in a position where the man is found, and the man is healing. And you know, healing doesn't have to be instant. You know, people live for years with chronic ailments, but they're happier still. You just learn to accept that these are the things that exist as a part of my existence, and my existence is not determined by them. I determine how they affect me, and that's what I'm really working on.
Man, I'm so proud of you. We could chat forever, but obviously you got shit. This man's got shit to do right now. I literally had to hijack him, so you know, we need to have another conversation. You know, particularly more about the depression thing, because it's becoming a loud conversation in the industry, you know, and it's so important for everybody that has lived the experience to chip in with whatever they could add. But I'm so proud of you. Congratulations. It's so dope I know what it takes to drag yourself out of this. It's literally one bar. When the bar is flashing, that's when you have to move,
and then
you know.
30 seconds. In 30 seconds, your phone will shut down. That's when you need to get up and find the charger and recharge, you know. And today, the Maraza experience was my charger, you know. I'm revitalized, man. I'm charged up, and I'm ready to just give the fans what they've been waiting for. Thank you so much, by the way. I have some of the greatest fans, man. There's not that many of you. There's a lot of you, but not millions. But those of you have just been so incredibly patient. Someone tweeted me 2 weeks ago. They were like, okay, listen, it's fine now. We've been waiting. Can we have it, please? And I just like, when I looked, that person last tweeted me maybe last year, and they were quiet this whole time. They didn't bother me, nothing. You know, they were just giving me the time and space, and I was like, Muna, come on, you know, we're patient, but now feed us, you know. And I'm really appreciative of that. The Maraza experience is something that's going to go on for a very, very long time. As I grow, there's more of me to experience, so there'll always be a new element added to the show. And more than anything, I share who and what I am, because I feel like I speak a lot. I have a lot that I can do with my mouth and my lips, and there's people who can't. So you know, when God blesses me with these burdens and this talent, it is therefore my duty to ensure that those also you know, troubled by these burdens but without this talent are healed through it. You know, I'm never not gonna talk about the bad parts of my life, because someone out there is always listening, and I just might get on that chair and take that noose down and decide to listen to some more music and live another day.
That's powerful, man. I'm so proud of you. Big up. The production was on point. Every element was well thought of. You guys should have been here, but you weren't. So FOMO. But congratulations, and we can't wait to see Maraza experience go on into next year. More fans coming through. Shout out to you.
Thank you very much, man. It's always going to be intimate, but it's always going to be an experience. Always a whole lot more than what you expect when you come in the door. That should be a slogan. Whole lot more.
Coined it.
Solo.